Okay, I'm going to show you guys how to install an alternative to YouTube Vanced. It is for skipping sponsored ads and ads. This is an alternative to YouTube Vanced, which is still kind of working, but this should work longer term. So what you want to do is open up a browser, do Izzy, I-Z-Z-Y, on Droid. One word, Izzy on Droid. Now, this is an F-Droid repository, which is a third-party app store. The key here is once you've clicked on this first link, you'll see a blank page like this. You want to click this link and hold it down and say copy link. Now, once you do that, you're going to want to go and install F-Droid. So F-Droid, Google F-Droid. And it'll be the first link there. F-Droid is a known open source alternative to Play Store or whatever. And I've used this before, updates often, whatever. The reason you want to use F-Droid to install this and not normal install is that it will keep it up to date. I know that YouTube Vanced kind of just worked, but YouTube Newpipe seemed to kind of want it to be updated all the time. So once it loads, don't do anything in here, just go to settings, then repositories, turn off the F-Droid repository, just to make things less confusing. Then you want to add a new repository. Let's see if I can get this to move here. New repository. Now that URL, that link you copied from Izzy, should have repository address and a fingerprint. And you'll click add. Now if it says like unverified or no signature and it's red, then you need to copy that link again that you saw from before. It's actually not actually in here. But once you get this link, it'll be green, everything will be happy. Go back to repository or click latest. And it's going to say it's updating repositories, whatever. You go in the search box and do YouTube, Newpipe. And it's called Newpipe X sponsor block. This has the whatever. So not only does it skip commercials or the traditional YouTube commercials, it also skips the sponsor. This is inline sponsors for the most part. Now you'll get a prompt in your browser for allowing unknown apps to install from your browser and unknown apps to install from F-Droid. So you want to click settings, allow that. Then it will ask you if you want to install sponsor block. Once you do this, F-Droid will automatically want to update and Newpipe will automatically want to update for you and all that good stuff. Once it's installed, you click open. And the first thing you want to do now, a little bit different than here traditional, is you don't really get the integration you get with YouTube Vanced, but I don't use much of that, and I don't know if you can log in, but we'll leave it at that. What you're looking for is to go under settings, then go into sponsor block. This is the part that the regular Newpipe doesn't have. So if you don't see sponsor block and you don't see Newpipe X, then you got the wrong repository selected. You can download YouTube or Newpipe X manually, but it's going to want to update a fair amount and all that. So once you get the sponsor block, click this, click OK, and you'll see a little question mark box here. You can use your own API URL, but if you use the sponsor block, that's a privacy policy. If you use official, then click OK. It'll fill out that URL for you. Then you can go in here and say skip sponsors. And also sponsor block categories. Now you may want to play around with these. I'm going to go ahead and turn them all on. If you'll start to notice these bars in the YouTube videos, mainly the purple one I've noticed a fair amount, and I want to say the green. And you can mess around with these different settings. Actually, I'll leave it all enabled. We'll see how it goes from there. So once you've done all that, now you have a fairly less annoying YouTube. So you could do something like, let's just pick a random video. I'm not even gonna pick a video. Usually you can tell one of these, usually it's one of these guys that's got like some silly guy on the front. I'm gonna kind of spare you from loading the video. Once it loads, you'll see the bar will start to change colors. So you'll have, instead of just the red bar, you'll have a bar that includes the different colors depending on what in-sponsor ads are loaded. It's kind of being silly right now, but... Okay, so here's an example of...
And Teslas. Oh yeah, and there's also the grand prize.
Go ahead and mute the sound. But here's an example of one that has some YouTube, there's some ads in it. So at the end here, you got the green bar. At the beginning, you got some blue and purple, and that will show you what all it's blocking and whatnot. You can turn it off by clicking this little down arrow and turn it off and back on. And that should help you out. Good luck.